What up, do gang? Just want to make a quick announcement before this video starts. Me and Jordan are working on a brand new series where we start working with underground artists or just different artists on the scene. We don't know. It could be upcoming artists, could be major artists. We don't know how far this is gonna go. For this next episode that's gonna be coming up, not the one that's probably uploading today, the day that this video goes out. Video following that one, we're gonna be working with our boy Kid Season. With the samples that you make from using Belia Analog Kit, you're gonna have a chance of getting a song with Season because we're gonna use it in the video. So send in the samples that you make and your receipt with the Belia to this email right here, baileyasamples@gmail.com, and yeah, that's about it. So let's just get into this video. All right, so the most important thing, camera's go. All right, so the most important thing that you want to remember when making any sort of OVO Drake Toronto melody is you're gonna want important sound selection. Obviously, with something like Drake, you're gonna want some like smooth piano, maybe some retro sort of synths. We're just speaking on like Drake's like emotional sort of melodies. We're not talking about like his more like hype. We're generally gonna want to use something like it's very soft sounds. That was a bass. These are also sounds that are out of the Belia kit as the one shot. These are the one shots too. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. The Belia kit, Analog Lab, plus one shots. So, go crazy. A lot of reverb on these things. So, sound selection, of course, is very important. Now moving on to the MIDI that we use for this. It's in a B minor scale. And also generally with sadder, more emotional melodies, you're gonna be using a minor scale. For this is not B minor because I'll show you in a sec. Pitch down 3, so it's actually G sharp minor. But yeah, so of course the scale is gonna be very important when you're doing anything. You're also gonna want some nice variation throughout. So let me, I'm gonna play one part of it. I'm gonna play another section of it. But that right there would be sort of like a section where you got the drums coming in, Drake's spitting something, I don't even know. But right here, just as a beat, this one section has these drums coming in. But this really isn't about the beat itself. Probably one of the next most important things you should sort of do with any emotional Drake melody, and of course this has been thrown around forever from OVO, is dropping the sample rate of the melody. So what I did was I came into here during this little section. I took specifically the melody and I went down here. I turned on this little button right here. And on the mixer, with the mixer open, I'm on Mac too, so I don't know what it'd be for Windows, I guess. So people with Windows help me out. You had Option R, and then it brings up this render mixer track sort of thing, and then you click start. I don't know why I'm doing it again, because I already had it done. So then once it renders out, you're gonna have this right here. You're gonna have these MIDIs rendered out as an audio clip. So then you're gonna come under here, you're gonna go to channel settings, you're gonna right click, you're gonna go to edit and audio editor. You're gonna come to the sample rate, turn on resample, and then just drop it down to something like, I don't know, 5,000 for this case. And then we're gonna drag it back in. Now we're gonna have this. And essentially it just makes it sound more underwater because you're literally just taking out all of that high and you're just removing it. Of course, everybody knows that, but how do you utilize that to create variation throughout melodies? So in this section right here, I have some sort of like bridge, sort of like a breakdown section of this before it goes into the next part of the beat. Here I have these drums, which will play the drums by itself. But the real part is when you add that into a sample rate drop, you get an effect like this. And if you notice too with that last part, something cool that the sample rate dropping does can make certain parts stand out more now that that complete field of the frequency is gone. It's gone. There's nothing left there. The parts that were in the main melody now stand out because there are no other frequencies standing there. So now we have this pluck that you couldn't really hear. You couldn't really hear this in the main part that wasn't sample rated down. That now you can hear very clearly with the sample rate being dropped on the main melody. The next part to create variation with the sample rate is running out 2 separate tracks and then having the sample rate different on both of them. On the first side of this little breakdown period, we have the sample rate down a lot. The sample rate is at 4,000 on this one. And then we come to here. I'd picture sort of like a slope where the sample rate is going slightly up until it hits the next section of the beat. It's just added variation, so then the beat is more dynamic and not as flat throughout. And of course, I guess the last important thing for sort of like a Drake emotional vibe, you can click on any random Drake song, you're gonna hear something, you're gonna hear vocal sample in there. But where do you find vocal samples? So of course you can get them out of, you're just on YouTube or something and you're scrolling through and you see like a sample channel. There's a bunch of like sample channels you can go to. Like for this one, in this specific case, I use Splice. I pitched the melody to match the key of the sample that was on Splice. And then of course the last thing that you can always do when we're talking about adding vocal samples, you could always add your own. Now you should be a pro, and I expect all of you to have Drake songs coming up. Thank you for popping out to the video. And make sure you send in your samples for the one with Season, and we know that we can make some fire with you guys. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.